Hi, I'm Jess and I'm here to share with you on late intervention literacy. Now, of course, before we can do that, we do need to define what is literacy. Thanks to the New London Group, we now understand that literacy is a very dynamic concept and that there are multiple forms of literacy. Our Australian curriculum for English in the secondary is full of these literacies. There's critical literacies, digital literacies, multimodality, visual literacies for
But the functional literacy needed to access these higher order literacies isn't really there in the curriculum for secondary.
Now, I know this is because it's meant to be covered in the early years, and all the research says that it is absolutely best to have early acquisition, and if not that, then early intervention and early remediation.
However, the Australian Bureau of Statistics recently published findings indicating that 12% of 15 to 19-year-olds are at a level 1 for literacy, and a further 32% were at a level 2 for literacy. Now, to put that into perspective, it's a level 3 that was identified as the access point to freedom of choice when it came to employment. So we have 44% of our students in schools and recent graduates who are currently at a literacy level that would deeply hinder them when it came to their employment prospects.
44%, it's not just a big number. It's a big responsibility, and that responsibility rests on our shoulders as secondary English teachers. Now, the problem is a lot of us were educated under the whole of language model. So whilst, as Adino points out, we can identify the literacy errors our students are making, very few of us can actually explain them to the student. Interestingly, not a single university in Queensland trains their secondary English teachers in the instruction of functional literacy. So no doubt this is why the findings of Loudon and Roll indicated that only 42% of early career teachers felt confident in literacy instruction. Now look, I am by no means advocating for a skills and drills revival. Functional literacy is the inhaler-toting, brace-wearing, World of Warcraft playing geek of English teaching. I get it. I'm one of the cool mums. But could we at least open up a dialogue on balance? Because teaching is all about balance. During our careers, we will be balancing the kid who reads Chaucer for fun with the kid who draws Elmo on the worksheet because he can't read it. Which brings me to diversity and inclusive classrooms. When I began this inquiry, I had hoped to find a miracle program that would solve the issue of late intervention literacy. And look, there are programs out there that can be run in high schools, and they are really effective. Take a look at this data for Shaler Park High School, and you tell me if you can figure out where they started using the Reading to Learn program. I've given you a hint. The problem with those programs is that they don't tend to cater too well for your gifted and talented students. And here's the kicker. It doesn't matter, because the greatest causal factor in student achievement is teacher-student relationship. So if the schools that we teach in don't have a literacy intervention program, we're going to be okay, because those schools will have students and they will have us, and we can create safe environments where we can approach literacy with optimism. A good program without good pedagogy will fail, but good pedagogy without a good program is still going to give those kids a shot.